And race fans, again, all drivers walk away okay, but again, that's one of the things that I try to stress about. That's one of the things that I try to stress, race fans. I travel all over the country, announce everything from NASCAR to grassroots, modified, sprint cars, late models. You can see this happen at any time. That's why I try to stress so much to stay away from the catch fencing. Do not stand near the catch fence. Stay away from the catch fence because that car, now granted, the catch fencing, it did its job. It did its job. It kept that car from going into the stands. So that shows you a true testament of what the Barfield family have done with trying to look after safety. But if there would have been people standing there and that car could have went a little bit further, it would have went into the crowd. It could have went into the stands, and it could have been worse than what it's turned out to be. That's why we try to emphasize and tell you, stay in the grandstands, enjoy the show. It's exciting, but racing can be dangerous, and you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your kids. You have to make sure you're watching your surroundings at all times because that could have been a lot worse than what it turned out to be. We'll get the catch fence repaired as best as we can. We'll try to get it fastened and put back together. Obviously, we're going to have a delay here, and then we'll get ready to go back to racing here momentarily. So I would rather sit here for 2 hours while they do catch fence repair than had to worry about sending a driver to the hospital or worry about race fans getting hurt if something worse could have happened in that process. So again, we are under the red flag. I don't think we got a lap in. I think maybe we got a lap scored, and then they had the big wreck. So we'll have to reset them and go back whenever we start racing again. And that'll be once we get the all clear that the catch fence is repaired. So while we have a break in the action, I'll just let you listen to MRN and listen to the NASCAR truck race at Martinsville Speedway, the True North Global 250. Let's join my friends of the Motor Racing Network at Martinsville, Virginia.
Got a great opportunity with Chip Ganassi racing in the Xfinity Series last year. Made the most of it. Looked like he was going to be full-time in the Xfinity Series for Ganassi this year before sponsor concerns put that one on the back burner. We've mentioned Ross Chastain. Woody has run every single NASCAR National Series race, every Cup race, every Xfinity race, every truck race all season long, and boy, he's got a chance to do something big here this afternoon.
He does, and now, Steve, a battle for second.
Yeah, down to the inside is Ben Rhodes. He's worked to the bottom of Stuart Friesen. They're side by side. Kyle Busch looking on from the fourth spot. Friesen by half a truck length hangs onto the second spot.
Letting it ride in that outside groove, gets a good pull off the top of turn number 4, and for the moment will hold off Ben Rhodes. He gets sideways again, does Friesen. Back to the inside comes Rhodes, and they're again side by side.
Absolutely. Rhodes down on the inside, Friesen up top. Kyle Busch trying to determine which one to follow as they continue wheel to wheel, side by side off turn number 4.
And this is allowing Ross Chastain to get away. That side by side battle is for second. On the inside, Ben Rhodes. On the outside, your pole sitter, Stuart Friesen. He noses ahead, but Rhodes battles back.
Rhodes battles back on the inside. It's a great side-by-side battle for the second spot. Friesen looks like maybe he's got a little advantage. Still not enough to shut the door.
That outside lane is good enough, though, for Stuart Friesen to hang on and at least for the moment keep Ben Rhodes in the rearview mirror. Now Kyle Busch sees enough of that. He's going to go to the outside of Rhodes.
Kyle Busch looks to the outside of Ben Rhodes. This is a side-by-side battle for the third spot. Friesen has got away in second. Rhodes is on the inside, a slower truck in front. This is going to get interesting.
Boy, it clogged them all up until he moved out of the way. That allows Ross Chastain to get away by 8 or 10 truck lengths. Friesen trying to hang on. Here comes Ben Rhodes to the inside again.
Again, Ben Rhodes down on the inside. Stuart Friesen up top as they work their way into turn number 3. Friesen by a half a truck length has the advantage in second.
A fantastic three-truck battle for second, third, and fourth. And in a minute, you're going to be able to add Brett Moffitt to that confrontation as well. Friesen gets bumped by Rhodes. He slides up the banking. Ben Rhodes away with the second spot.
Ben Rhodes has the second spot, but at the front of the field, it's Ross Chastain. Brings that truck into turn number 3. Off turn number 4, Ross Chastain on his way to a stage win.
Ross Chastain sees the green and white checkered flag and takes that spot. He wins stage number 2. Here are the top 10 finishers from this stage of the race presented by Gatorade. Ben Rhodes comes home second, Kyle Busch third, Stuart Friesen is fourth, fifth is Brett Moffitt, Harrison Burton comes home sixth in this stage, Johnny Sauter seventh, Austin Hill eighth, Myatt Snyder ninth, and Todd Gilliland rounds out the top 10. Gatorade, tested in the lab, proven on the field. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel.
The caution flag is out, sponsored by Moneyline. Here we roar.
My neighbors always ask me, "Hey Pete, how do you keep your yard so nice?"
Pete makes it simple with a Scott's Turf Builder feeding program. It's the best way to get a greener, stronger lawn, guaranteed. All it takes is 4 easy feedings, just once in early spring, late spring, summer, and fall, providing your lawn the nutrition and weed control it needs to stay lush and green.
So, now you know my secret.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a Scott's Turf Builder program today.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, you wouldn't spend more to get the exact same thing, would you? No. Who would? So when I tell you that Straight Talk Wireless runs on the same networks as the big guys, but charges you a lot less, you see where I'm going with this, right? Get America's best networks for a lot less, and unlimited plans as low as $35 a month. All with no contract. Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less. Only at Walmart.
Ross Chastain has won Stage 2 of the True North Global 250 here at Martinsville. We are under the caution flag for just the third time today. An opportunity to check in with our third MRN fan vote of the afternoon. Who do you think will win the True North Global 250? Would it be Ross Chastain, Ben Rhodes, Kyle Busch, or Stuart Friesen? Share your opinion at mrn.com/vote. From Martinsville Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
You're smart, got your own trucking business, making it happen. What if I told you there was a place online where you could connect with other smart owner-operators just like you? It's an online community called Team Run Smart, where people share advice on truck maintenance, fuel savings, healthy habits on the road, and so much more. All to make your business more profitable.
So, race fans, just want to give you an update. Again, if you're just joining us here at Dillion Motor Speedway, we are under a red flag after a serious multi-car accident out of turn number 4. All drivers were able to climb out of their cars okay. Some were limping, including, of course, Donald Brace and the number 18 of Jerry Jeffries, Dwight Sauls. A number of cars involved, 5-6 cars or more. And kind of give you a recap of what happened. They were exiting off of turn number 4 for the completion of lap number 1. The second place car of Lonnie Parker, his car was fishtailing left and right. That's the flaming blue number 17 machine you see over there with Donald Bray still on top of him. That car, as they were exiting off of turn number 4. The machine of Parker was slipping and sliding up the racetrack as they exited off of turn 4. Contact was made. That then sent Donald Brace's car flying into the catch fence out of turn number 4. Now, the catch fence did its job. It kept the car and everything that was the calamity on the racing surface and not into the crowd. So the catch fence that the Barfield family put up did its job, but in return, it also tore down a part of the catching fencing as well. So that is what we're working on right now. The wreck is about cleared up out of turn number 4. Once we get the all the cars out of the way, we can then start the process of trying to do fence repair. So again, we are going to be on downtime for a while here. Great time for you to run by the concession stand. Get you something to eat, something to drink. Amy Ford and all the great people do a great job at the concession stand. The concession stand line is empty in the pit area as well. So you can get you something to eat, something to drink, swing by the restrooms, mingle, meet some people. Some of the best fans you'll ever meet. Some of the nicest people you ever meet are racetrack fans. talk and get to know one another. And we'll be back for racing here in about a short while. Let's go back to Martinsville on Motor Racing Network's coverage of their truck race.
Dylan?
Winston Grant Infinger was in this end of pit road, as was Brett Moffitt, who was complaining he was a little bit tight. They went down on the track bar one round. 4 tires and fuel for he and Infinger, and that was it in the middle section of pit road.
We need to point out that Bubba Wallace was the first truck 1 lap down. He gets the free pass to come around and rejoin the lead lap trucks right here after those pit stops cycled and some drivers stayed out. Ross Chastain leads Ben Rhodes, Kyle Busch, Harrison Burton, and Johnny Sauter. The end of stage caution is out, sponsored by Money Lion, the world's most powerful financial membership. Money Lion, here we roar.
Hey there, it's Hall of Fame driver Rusty Wallace for Blue Emu. After spending nearly a quarter of a century in a race car, I know what it means to be banged up and bruised up.
As Wallace spins,
That's why I reach for Blue Emu products to support my muscles and joints. Blue Emu is known for quality and innovation, and Blue Emu is one of the few muscle and joint brands that is 100% owned, distributed, and manufactured in the USA. For Hall of Fame relief, reach for Blue Emu. Works fast and you won't stink.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When a client calls, what do you want them to hear? Your personal voicemail?
Hey, you've reached Greg's cell phone. I'm away right now, obviously. Leave a message and maybe I'll get back to you.
Or something a little more buttoned up, courtesy of Grasshopper.
Thanks for calling Green Landscaping. To make an appointment, dial 1. For billing, dial 2. To speak with Greg Smith, dial
There's
3.
no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
147 of 250 laps in the books. Ross Chastain leading and looking for his first Truck Series win. From Martinsville Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, folks. Mike Bagley here. At MRN, we rely on equipment from Racing Electronics.
Joey Logano to the lead on the back straightaway.
Racing Electronics has scanners and headphones. We can listen to every uncensored conversation between driver and crew.
You won the championship, baby! Yeah!
And when we need live audio, in-car cameras, and up-to-the-second statistics, use their latest handheld unit called Legend. To learn more about these products and many others, visit RacingElectronics.com. Racing Electronics, the official two-way communication partner of MRN.
Check out MRN.com for a new podcast series called The Tough Trucks of NASCAR. 25 years and still trucking. We'll take you back to some great races.
Benson to the bottom of the racetrack. This is the race for the lead and the win at Michigan.
And some wild moments.
One truck is in the air. Matt Crafton upside down.
And we'll let you hear the stories behind them.
He was too bullheaded to let me pass him, and I was too bullheaded to let him have it.
Download the show for free on iTunes and at MRN.com.
Closing in on the start of stage number 3 right here. Ross Chastain has just won his first stage, and his crew chief, Johnny Benson, somebody you're very familiar with.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's just, one of those things where everybody just does a great job and just has a lot of fun with this, and been pleasure to work for everybody on it.
Trip Bruce, a guy who you have been very helpful with along the way, but after what has gone on with Ross Chastain, how cool would this be for him to kind of get a little bit of redemption?
Oh, absolutely. I think Ross Chastain being up front is fun to watch him. Again, his spotter, Rocky Ryan, he has also worked with me. Trip Ruth with Friesen has done a tremendous job too. And, Trip did the pit strategy I thought he would do. And, so he is back a little bit. He's sitting 14th, but 14th, fresh tires, still got, 100 laps to go. It's pretty good move, I think.
Yeah, 100 laps to go. A long way from victory lane yet, but for Ross Chastain and that Nice Motorsports team, that Nice Equipment team, a fairly young team, a fairly young driver, really trying to make some noise here this afternoon and elevate that whole organization.
Oh, absolutely, and he's done a tremendous job. We've seen him do it in Xfinity races last year and then doing it here today, and he hasn't just been hanging out, he's been fast.
The field is coming to the Geico Restart Zone. Great news. There's a quick way you could save money. Switch to Geico. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance.
Green flag is in the air. Ross Chastain inside. Ben Rhodes on the outside. Advantage Chastain as they hit turns 1 and 2.
Chastain by half a truck length. Now Chastain.